Alright, so we're gonna begin our first painting session right here. I am gonna attempt to use the Walmart, not the Walmart, the Dollar Tree cheap little brush set with the Crafter Square paint set. You can see it's got black, brown, purple, blue. Is that turquoise blue or aqua blue? Red and bright blue, green, pink, orange, yellow, and white. Interesting that they have white watercolor paint. I think with watercolor you can't really paint white, but we'll see what happens. I am going to go ahead and attempt to paint Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And right now I'm looking at the scene and trying to figure out where I want to start. I think what I'm going to do is try to start at I'm going to try to start at the Perfect Day, near the Perfect Day sign. So we're going to look over there, and it's got a lot of grays, but I obviously don't have grays. So I'm going to attempt to use some green here. So as you can see here, I am essentially just grabbing green paint here. And we're going to start to do a little scene and see how this turns out here. I think we're going to paint the little bushes right here. I'll start off and do some bushes. And some more paint. I need more water here to get the paint to melt. And let's try again. Let's try a little bushes right here for Perfect Day. I think we're going to do Perfect Day bushes right over here. So it's actually kind of thick. But, with watercolor you can thin it by using more water. So we're painting our little bushes right here. And you can see my little perfect bushes for Perfect Day. Paint a little bit more. Paint dries pretty fast. So we got that. We got a nice little tree there. Nice little tree. Ooh, this paint is drying pretty fast, much faster than I thought it would. Another little tree. And a nice little leaves here. A little palm tree. And more leaves here. I get the feeling this is going to be a very realistic painting. And let's do the bottom here. Give us a little bit of an edge. And the tree area kind of ends right here. And let me see here. I'm basically doing the outline of the bushes and stuff right now. I didn't get the word Perfect Day. Maybe I should have started with that. Alright, so we got kind of that. And I'm going to try to write Perfect Day. But I don't think I left myself enough room. Clean our little brush here. I get the yellow. We got a little bit of green in the yellow, but that's alright. Alright, I'm going to attempt to write my Perfect Day here. Let's see. Little P. I don't think I can even write perfect with this big fat brush. They're over there. The people over there. Perfect. Can't see it at all. It does not look perfect. That's all right. This is an impressionistic painting. All right, we got perfect. We're gonna add some more green here. I'm trying to see if there's any yellow here. There's a little bit of color of yellow right here with the water slide from the park. And there's a little bit of a yellow for the balloon right there. We're gonna try to paint that. And a little bit of the yellow right there. There's like a balloon behind it. This isn't exact by any means because we are painting. I'm gonna try to use some blue. There's like a little tint right here. We're gonna try our blue here. We're gonna see blues. There's a little tint right here that's bluish. Little blue tint that sticks up. Got a little clean blue tip. And we also have, with a little bit of green next to the yellow, that's where the balloon is. We're going to try to do a little bit of green. Let's see here, we got a little bit of green. It's going to go next to the yellow right here. This is part of the balloon. Our perfect day balloon. And while we got the green, we're going to go ahead and fill in the rest around the perfect day. This is not looking so perfect. And again, I haven't painted since I was 8 years old. And this is looking pretty not perfect. All right, so next to the green on the balloon, there's a light blue, the cyan. We're going to attempt to use the cyan here and make the beam down, the blue on the cyan. And next to the blue, there was purple. So we're gonna use a little bit of purple. And a little purple. And a little purple curve here. The balloon. And a little bit of purple. There we go. And then next to the purple there was pink. Take a little bit of pink, vibrant pink, and attempt to make the last curvature of the balloon right there for our perfect balloon, for our perfect day. You can see I need to touch up some stuff here, so we need a little bit more blue, a little bit more purple. It's got to come a little bit more down. Green and yellow. To finish off our perfect balloon. And we're going to try to bring the yellow here. And that. Our perfect day balloon. All right. There was a little bit of green underneath the balloon and some towers. So we're going to try to paint that too. The tower is kind of gray, so what I'm going to do is take a little bit of black, hopefully not too much black. make a little tower that comes off and then same little tower area. And also while we're doing that, we might as well paint the rocks and stuff underneath Perfect Day. There's like the water break. So we're going to go and oops, a little bit too much. We're going to thin it out a little bit, but just make the end. Not so perfect, but that's all right. This is an impressionistic painting. Perfect Day. Using Dollar Tree paint. We got that going on. Okay. Then we got, I'm going to go ahead and go out and bring the more little rocks. We'll do our details later. I do want to paint, I want to paint kind of the gangplank. So we're going to attempt to do this. And it kind of runs like this. So we're going to bring that down. It is our gangplank. Come right off the bottom of the painting. And there's like a bunch of beams that go up, different colors. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is just make it kind of, it's got all the colors and stuff, so let's just try it. Let me just do a little bit of green, really light green. It curves up from the pink area. There's also some on the other side. And they also had other colors like pinks and yellows. I'm gonna try some yellow. We haven't had too much yellow yet, so we're gonna just try to mimic the shape. We're not reproducing everything exactly the way it is. There's not enough detail on my brush. And keep in mind, I haven't painted since I was 8 years old. I think we're going to do a little bit of pink in here. Some special lines. I don't know what they call it. It's decorative. It's like a little thingy in the walkway that they made. There is a orange blobby theme that looks like part of the water slide that we're going to try to paint here. So, and we put that here, that is right over here. Little orange water slide thingy. And more of the water slide. So the water slide's like a bright orange. What I'm going to do is attempt to make the water slide thing right here. And it goes up like this is a water slide tower. We got the water slide tower here. It's got several layers. The water slide. Perfect Day. Now they have they also have Coco Cay written on the other side, so I'm going to attempt to write Coco Cay.
I'd like to thank you.
Oh, thank you. The little kids like it, which is great. Maybe they'll start painting. What do you want? Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, we got Coco Cay. All right. So we're gonna do a little. There's like a little tint like thing in here that's kind of orange. We're not really accurate. I did take a picture of everything, so you kind of see. Okay, and I can see that we need a little bit more here for the tower. And it goes kind of red. We're going to take some of our red color to finish the tower for the water slide. Alright, so we're going to do the tower goes up pretty high. This is the water slide here. Still, and that's okay. It's okay. We got that, and there's like a little red flag, a little orange flag. So we're gonna do a little red flag first. There is a little tiny red flag up here. Top of our red flag. A little red flag. The lines here. And there's a little orange flag at the top of the water slide, which we're going to go ahead and put in. So here's a little orange flag. Wavy, wavy. Water slide power that goes out. Oh, you can hear all the birds going crazy here. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more of the orange line that I saw. All right. I'm gonna try out the white. You know, I've never seen white on watercolor before. Now this got mixed with some other colors, so my white isn't white anymore. It's becoming kind of a grayish, but that's all right. This is for the little tower area here. I don't know what it's called, but they had it's like a little walkway area. And we're actually going to try to paint the walkway with this color here. It's white with the dirty water, so it just kind of comes down. It comes down in the walk area. So this is our little walk area. It's a little bit wider to come here. All right. There's also a little here. I'm going to try to fix the angle, the view of our flag thingy. You can see there's really been no rhyme to or reason as to what I'm painting. I'm just randomly picking things that my eyes catch and painting. There is a light blue of these heart thingies that I'm going to try to put here at the bottom. And there's a little yellow one. So it's just a bunch of colors as I see them. There are little flags. So I'm gonna put a little flag. There's a little purple flag at the end on the walkway. So I'm gonna attempt to try to get the purple on there at least. So we got a purple flag right here, glowing in the green. Another purple flag over here, glowing in the green. And there was yet another purple flag here. We got right above the blue. You see here. A bit of the purple flag above the blue. Another purple flag on this side. Next to the purple, there was an orange flag, so we're going to do a little orange right below it. This tiny orange flag. I'm having a hard time controlling this brush. The tip is so large. Okay. And then we had a yellow, but a yellow flag. I think we're going to skip it because it kind of messed up. The scale is off, and we got a green flag at the bottom. Okay, so we have a little bit of a green flag down here, a green flag over here. The poles are white, but the white's not showing up too well. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't know if I move the thing here. What I'm going to try to do is actually use a little bit of the black to make the flag poles. The real ones, they're white. But I'm going to make a little flag pole. Tiny little flag. I can get the paint to come up. Oh, I splattered some paint. That's all right. Nothing's perfect, especially on the first time. These are our little flagpoles. There we go. So we've got that. And now we're going to do a little bit more gray under Coco Cay. This goes on to the island. It's really dripping now. I'm trying to make the instead of black, I want it to be grayish. So we got a little bit of a water line here. And we're going to do the water line on this side. So we go all the way around here. Got a little bit of a water line. Hey, how's it looking? Very impressionistic. Now, I noticed the water slide doesn't look like a water slide. So what I'm going to attempt to do is paint the water slide itself on it. So I'm going to try to get deep red here. And it kind of starts from here near the top and curls out like an S. And then it comes around to the other side. Then it comes back out. It goes across. Goes across. All the way out and curves back. For a water slide here. Coco Cay, the water slide. Goes out. And back around. One more loop. Oops, kind of messed up. That's all right. Comes back down and goes into the smudge of colors down there. We're going to fix our water slide a little bit. Look like a water slide. at the bottom there's like a little bit of a spot of color. We're gonna fix the top of our water slide a little bit. More form. Need some stronger red here. And a little orange area here. So the water slide looks a little bit more solid. Oh, you can hear all the noise that everything is going on. It's kind of interesting, you know, when you're painting live. Okay, so we've got that part. Now let's close off a little area here so that we can start to have a little island now. Now I'm seeing that there is actually like a little gray tower and then there's some green there. So I'm going to add a little bit more green to make our island a little bit fuller. So there's like an island here. I mean not an island, but vegetation here along this area here. I can see there's a little bit of a light green coming out of the slide. And then some more little water slides, I think they are, little smaller ones, so I'm going to try to put that in. Because the water slide doesn't look much like a water slide yet. It kind of looks like it, but... So we're going to put the little green one that comes off the side here. There's a little curved one that comes out, and it kind of curves down a little bit. And it has a little green part that comes out. All right. Okay. We're going to add some more green for our vegetation that is all along here. We have some vegetation. There's a little tree sticking up out of that. We've got some more here, more vegetation. More vegetation. I don't think we're going to fill this whole area with vegetation. So, I'm going to get my green. Just fill this all in here. We'll mix our other green here because, you know, plants aren't all the same colors, right? All right. There's a little bit of a yellow, splash of color yellow by the orange, so we're going to add that. Add a little bit of yellow right there. Also, the slide itself has some yellow and red near it for other parts that go up on the slide. So what I'm going to do is add the yellow right here for the little ball that I see over there. It's like a little ball of the slide. And there's another little yellow slide that comes right on down by the zip line area. When you look here, I think it goes right over here. So there's a little yellow right there, spot of color. Okay, and near the ball, there's like some green. So we're gonna attempt the little green area by the ball. It's like a loopy slide thingy right here. It goes up, and over. And then there's another little yellow and green that comes off the side here. So we're kind of impressionistic, but you know there's little bits of red for the water slides, the little tubes that come out. So they're like of extending from the more little red and yellow. But we're just going to go red here, and we'll try the yellow where we can. But I kind of messed up because yellow will show up on top of the yellow is kind of a lighter color, so with watercolor you need to go, preserve your light, because otherwise you won't have a light area. I notice there's orange that kind of goes out. So we had the big orange section here, right? And it kind of extends out towards the green. There is a little brown one that comes out, and there's all these tubes in the water slide. So we're not getting all the tubes, but we're going to try to get the ones that are immediately noticeable. I noticed there's like a little brown tube that comes out and connects right underneath there. Let's see if there's any other brown areas. There's a little blue tower. I think that's where the stand may be, where the people get on the water slide. So I'm gonna make the little blue tower right here. It's like a little tent, like a little blue tent. Tip top. It just goes right up to it. Oh wait, there's water. That's all right. Mix it over here, make a little forest. So there's other water slides that come out of there. Okay, that I'm seeing pink. I'm seeing kind of pinkish and green. We're gonna do the green first. We do our base, well, kind of a reference point. So underneath that little area, there's a little green water slide that kind of comes out and curves back down. And then there's also some pink. There's yellow and pink. I'm just going to throw in those colors there. There's part of the water slides that are near there. There's some yellow. A little bit of yellow ones. And then there's a little pinkish one with lots of different colors on it. Little specks of colors. So we're going to try to get our pink a little bit stronger here. So we can't do a pink. There's like colors here all along the splash. And it kind of curves and comes back down. Okay. And then we got more greens here for all our bushes and grass. Let's see here. So we got, like Coco Cay, there's a little bit of splash of green that goes up. Goes all the way up to this area here. And there's a bunch of little trees here. We're just sort of making the little tree area. And there's like the towers that actually go up. We're going to try to leave space there for them. They're actually white towers, so we're going to kind of leave it. And use our green here to fill this in. There's a bit of a gray there where the slide itself is. So I'm going to mix some white in there and see if we can't get the little slide stand. A little slide area here. And a little bit of gray underneath the slide. And there's a little bit of a gray right here in this section, right here. I'm going to do a little bit of gray. Turning green because our white's kind of, we're mixing black and we'll make it kind of greenish. Alright. And we can also make our little area here underneath the slide that's kind of grayish. So, lots of grays in this area. I have it a little thick, so I'm just going to add some water. Not so thick. I have a little bit of mistake here. I'm going to chop it up with my finger. Might as well start finger painting, you know? That's what I did as a kid. And the Coco Cay had a bunch of kind of off green on it, but we don't have an off green color and can't really mix too well with this set here, so I'm just gonna kind of make it green here. Kind of a little bit lighter. Put it away. Not so bad. There's a brown little hut near Coco Cay sign. I'm gonna put the roof in. I'm gonna put a little roof in there. Some people are excited there next to me. The bird just flew right into me.
Hey, do you bring that everywhere?
No, I just brought it because we were just there before coming here.
Oh, okay.
And I figured I'd use this instead of one of their glasses. All right, we're gonna attempt to, one of the joys of painting is people come up to you and they go, man, he's not very good at painting, but I won't tell him that. So we got the little hut thingy there. It's all right. You know, the good thing about painting is it's kind of interpretational, you know? People just kind of interpret whatever you interpret, they feel right or wrong. So people don't like it, don't like it, you know? Art's not for everybody. Or different people's art isn't for everybody. So some people may like it, some may not. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Even if you mess up, it's okay. Nobody knows. It's a painting. Unless they have a look at the to reference the picture, they're not going to notice. Now, they didn't really. It's kind of a greenish color here, but what I'm going to do to make it look more like an island, I'm going to put some brown here. Even though in real life it's kind of off green. It's kind of like a moldy color, but I'm going to put it off green. And you might be wondering what that gap there is. That's actually a little walkway which I'm going to paint here. It is blue. So we're going to try the little blue. It's a dark blue. No, I'm going to use the royal blue. Or not the royal blue, but the cyan. So we're going to take a little color here, and it has like a little cave that goes into the water slide area has like a little cave area. So that's what that is right there. It's got a little slide, a little cave. And there's like a little walkway that goes up. So what I'm going to do is I'll paint the little walkway underneath that goes out this way. And it kind of comes out. So we're just kind of painting the little walkway that comes out, and it comes out and it ends right there. Alright, so it kind of ends right there. Let me see, does any of the blues up there? We got the blue cabana thingy. There is a building next to that. But it's got like kind of a grayish brown. I'm gonna put it right here. You know, as I said, the thing about painting is that you don't have to be accurate unless you're trying to do a realistic painting. You know, you're just capturing the essence of what it is using whatever tools we have, which in this case is Walmart. It's not a Walmart, a Dollar Tree painting set. And this is what we're able to do so far. Now it's got a bunch of little tints and stuff, mostly orange next to that building. So I'm gonna paint that in. We got like little tiny, I don't know if they're like gazebos or sun covers. There's just a bunch of them, so I'm going to paint a couple of them. There's a bunch of them. And there's also a little bit of blue there too, so we're gonna paint the little blue. There's not that much blue, but I think I'm gonna add more blue than there's actually there. I'm gonna do a little bit of a in there, another little blue one right there, a little blue one right here. Let's see what other thing I can do. I think we're gonna make, there's a segment between the roof, so we're gonna make 2 of them. Okay. And what else can we do? There's some more color here. We're gonna add a little bit more color. I think there's some yellow we're gonna put in right where the, oh, you can see the weather's changing. It looks like it may rain. I hope not. But the sky is definitely getting dark. There's a little bit of the building right there. Not building, but a little rock outcropping right over there by the building, which we're going to do. A little bit of gray here. There we go. And there's a little bit of gray, and then we got a little bit of the lagoon coming through. So let's see what color we're going to do for the lagoon. I think we're going to do blue first as our base for the water. The water's going to come in right there. A little bit of the water. Right. And what else? There is kind of a bridge that goes across, so I'm just going to use a little bit of gray here. Kind of make it gray, not too thick. And it goes across. All right. Now to help us kind of vision things out, I'm going to put in the water line. So we can see between the sky and the water. Now the issue is I don't have that many colors, so I think I'm going to start off with the light blue in case I mess up. That way I can kind of go over it with a darker color. But the water line kind of goes back here and kind of goes this way. And then we're going to just use the water line. This is where our sky meets the ocean. Thin little line here. Sky meets the ocean. Got the ocean back here. Ocean's relatively calm, so I'm not going to make any crazy waves or anything. I'm just going to try to make the horizon. Alright. So that's our water line right there. And up here is going to be the sky. Okay. And we have lots of water down here, which we're going to paint soon. Let's see if there's any of those splashes of blue I want to add into the scene. I think we're good right there. We got that right there. I think we're going to add the plants now. We're going to add some more plants. Get the shade of green. I'm going to add some green over here for our plants. It doesn't look like there's just white spots over there. Green. To make things look a little different here, we're gonna, it's not just a blob, we're gonna put touches of dabs of green here to separate this area is the roof, so we need to improve that out. The roofing. Now we have a building here. It's not 100% precise, but it's not bad. All right, we're gonna do the line for the island here to separate the island from the land. I mean the land from the water, so I can start to fill things in and kind of make this look more of a scene. I can see the water line kind of starts roughly right here and kind of runs diagonal. Diagonal down like that, the tree line. So that's our tree line right there. And We're gonna add some trees up here to finish up our. I'm gonna add some green here above our little back here. Any little trees. Cleaning test over there next to me. Lots of green here on the side. So we got all green here. These are trees. We're not doing a detailed tree painting, so my mess up there. Good thing about watercolor, you just stick your hand there and remove your mistakes. Okay, I think we got most of the scene laid out. What do you think? Let's take a look and see what it really looks like. So you can see that is what we are painting. Scene right there. You can see the tree, the tower, and I thought this would take me 15 minutes. It is taking much longer than 15 minutes. I hope you guys, I guess most people will probably fast forward to see what happens. If you just want to watch the whole process, this is it. I am going to go ahead and paint like the dock area now, and I think what I'm going to do is do the lines to show the parts that go up. I'm not even going to match it to the real ones because I don't think anyone would notice. And we are going to go ahead and paint the water now, but I had a little walkway here, so I do want to paint that area. This is like a little bridge, so there's like a little line that goes underneath, little parts, and a little part of the island that juts out. So I'm going to do that too. A little island area that juts out right here. So we're going to do a little jutting island area right there. Now let me check to make sure I'm not missing anything. I think we're good. There are some more buildings and stuff over here, which I'm going to kind of put in as gray. A gray area here with buildings, because on the others here, there are some more gray buildings here, so I'm going to put in a little touch of gray. By that area, there was like a lot of color underneath the hut area. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of those little spots of color and stuff. Lots of colorful stuff here at Coco Cay when you arrive. And what else? I'm going to start to fill in the ocean. So the sky has actually changed and the watercolor changed. It used to like kind of a really bright blue, and now it's kind of greenish gray because it looks like it might rain. It might not be such a perfect day at Coco Cay. So I'm going to try to do some green here just to, I can't do too much green that can match the other things, but we're going to do a little bit of green here to simulate our water. Oops. I'm going to do a little green for the water. The water's going to be kind of a greenish color. And we're going to, there's actually multiple shades, so I'm going to go kind of green, another band of green, a band of green. And I think the key to letting And you know, we have more land here. I have to separate the land from the green. So make it a little thick so I know the line. That's the separation line. And let's go ahead and finish up Coco Cay here. So I kind of know where things are. I'm basically looking at the scene and just filling in blobs to kind of close out the picture here. Okay, so we got Coco Cay, Bay, Coco Cay, Coco Cay, all right. A little green here. Okay, so we got our water, but our water here is actually kind of green, but if I have too much green on the water, it's not going to look like water. So I'm going to take some artistic liberty, add some blue, so that people can tell it is the ocean. It's the Atlantic Ocean. I'm going to add a little bit of blue here. I can hear thunder. I think the people trying to go to perfect day better get out there and enjoy it before they close everything due to the thunder. Hopefully it'll stop, because I'm planning on going out there to eat, maybe paint on the island. So this is our water line. We gotta try to get the water in here so people can start to see that this is actually an island. Got a little reconnection here. What do you think, huh? Of course, gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about the sky. Because the sky is also blue. You know, one of the things about painting water and sky is they're both blue. So I'm gonna take some water here and just kind of blend it in a little bit. Blue, a bit of blue. Okay. I noticed the area here is kind of blending in a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do is take some stronger green and kind of draw the edge so that it separates it. So I'm going to make it a little thick and try to make the tree line. I can separate the two. And there's spots of green in here. Which we're going to mix in a little bit here. Spill. Alright. Alright. Okay, what do you think, huh? And a little edge here. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of blue. Separate our balloon from the water. That green here doesn't look like water, so I'm going to add more blue. Here we go. How does that look? Now we're going to add some water here. It's actually kind of like a green color. You're seeing the discolor here? That's the shadow from the gazebo thing. So we're going to add a little bit of water right here. And for that, It is kind of a green water. I'm gonna start off with green, and we're gonna add some darker colors to make it look more like water. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make little waves, and then I'm gonna just paint. This water paint, I can just add more. I can add more water and remelt the paint. You know, loosen the paint. It is. I don't know if I'm hearing thunder or if it's just them moving stuff, but the sky suddenly got very dark. I don't know if you can see in the picture. It got dark, like it's gonna rain. So maybe perfect day. It started off pretty perfect, but then now it's kind of looking like it might rain. So the color here is kind of greenish, but there's also some blue, so I'm going to mix some blue in there. A little bit of blue. Water. I'm putting it on pretty thick because I'm going to go later with a wet brush and kind of mix the two colors. Hope that the paint kind of blends and becomes more blue than green. But it is a green shade, although the shade is changing as we paint, just because the sun has gone away. So the scene has actually changed even as we're working. Alright, so a little bit more blue up here to give it the waterline color. Alright, so this is our perfect day beach. Look at that. A little bit blue there. Give ourselves the edge here. There's a walkway. That's what our water's looking like. So we're going to add a little bit more blue on this side. Just to let people know this is indeed water. More blue, some more. Yes, it's cyan. It's the color. This is the color on the Big 20. Cyan. That's how I learned the word cyan. Cyan color. Okay, we're going to try to mix this side here, and hopefully we kind of match the other side with the blue and the. I think we need a little bit more blue up here. Blue here. Now we're going to take our water, just water, and we're going to brush it over. To kind of mix the two color, you know, the green and the blue, and fill in the gaps. So it doesn't look like just a bunch of wide strokes. Brush. So we got a little water here. Green and blue. I'm just taking water right now, just mixing the paint that's already there, melting it again, and kind of letting it run. I'm putting it on pretty thick to make things look a little bit smooth. Smooth this out right here. This is the bridge area. And just fill in my little gray areas here. See here, I need to fill in a little bit so it doesn't look empty. I hope people can recognize this as a perfect day at Coco Cay. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm going to add some more water here to close off our ocean. A little pork water. Alright, I think we got the water. Now we gotta do the sky. So we're gonna try to do the sky. I'm looking at the choices for the sky. We have some clouds. So even though the white doesn't work so well, I am gonna try to use my white's got other colors on it. That's kind of bad. I'm gonna try to rinse off my white, but you know my water is kind of not white either anymore now. All right, so we got some white. Even though white doesn't work so well, I am gonna paint some clouds, the cloud line here, and just paint some puffy white clouds just to help me guide me here as I get ready to add the blue sky. And for the blue sky, I'm gonna use light blue, but I don't want it to match the color here, the water that I have. I have a limited colors palette available. So maybe the white will mix with it and lighten it a little bit, and also give me some clouds. Alright, so I put the white there, and you can't see it because it's white. And I'm going to take my my blue here, my cyan, which I used there. But I'm going to try to mix it here. And you might be wondering what I'm doing here, but I want to make it thin. And what I'm going to do, I can see that it's going to blend in and we can't tell the sky from the water. So what I'm going to do is actually for the water, I'm going to add a little bit more of the darker blue right here, the darker blue, to try to differentiate the water from the you need kind of a line to separate the two. You're not gonna be able to tell where the sky ends and where the water begins. Where the water meets the sky. The water. All right. So we kind of do our excuse me for a minute. We kind of drew in our water line. Touches that little area right there that had no water. All right, so we're gonna add some more blue here for our sky. Although there are clouds, I might try to do clouds. Let's see what happens here. We're gonna kind of use our blue here now. I think I need a little more blue. Spread out. All right, so we're gonna paint our little clouds here. Our light blue sky. Even though the real day is actually starting to get a little bit cloudy, it's looking like it might rain. Wanting to rain. I am going to give us kind of a blue sky here. Giving us a blue sky, a perfect day at Coco Cay. Go right up where we rip it. When we rip it apart, Alright, so we got some clouds. And we're gonna take this and kind of mix it a little bit. Get a little bit more blue here and do some weird shapes. So, our perfect day is almost done. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. Oh, we gotta run here. Runaway water. I'm using lots of water to try to pull the blue that I I laid down to make our light blue sky, to give us a perfect sky for a perfect day. See here, the edge, and then a little bit of color there, filling in the little gaps. These little gaps. Although, you know, little gaps are what make watercolor watercolor. You see here where the water kind of ran. It's kind of neat, actually. Okay, so we got our little blue sky. Got to get rid of the rough lines because there's no rough lines in our sky. Everything's kind of blended in a real sky. We're gonna try to make clouds somewhat. And that is our perfect day at Coco Cay. I'm gonna blend this down here a little bit. So a little bit of what do you think? I think I'm gonna, I know it's not a Picasso or anything, but it is a Denoy, genuine Denoy. And you saw me paint it. I'm gonna offer this for sale on eBay. We're gonna start bidding it maybe, let's do bidding it maybe $25, maybe $10. We'll see. What do you guys think I can offer for it? So on eBay, I'm gonna start up a little sales area here for the paintings that I do from this channel. We'll make it affordable, but why don't you guys comment down below? What do you think I should try to start the bidding on for this thing? Maybe even just like whatever people are willing to bid. Maybe we'll do that. But this is a one-of-a-kind print. It is a real painting. So we're gonna go ahead and I think I should maybe start off at $10. Yeah, let's start the bid at $10, and we'll do the bidding on eBay. I'll put the link on the video. Also, for those of you who want it but don't care to have the actual painting, I'm gonna make digital copies of it available for you to download, and you can print it out on your color printer. I think we're gonna sell that for like $1 or $2. Tell me what you recommend I should charge for the digital print. You know, you'll be downloading the image and you got to print it up yourself. I probably should sign it though, right? To make it official. I think I don't know if we can write Denoy on here, but we'll try to write Denoy on here. So let's try to close this painting out with my signature. I think I'm gonna write it in black to try to make it visible. This paintbrush and this paint set is kind of hard to work with, but we're gonna try to fine it here. Okay, having a hard time finding them. Maybe I should sign it with an ink pen or something. Wow, this is a real genuine Denoy. And we have a little bit of run on the signature. Okay. I think anyone can forge my signature? Oh no, we're running. A little bit of a spill here. Let's see if I can fix that by taking. I'm probably gonna make a mess if I try to. Let me try to fix my bead here. And we're gonna add some blue there to fix my little smudge. Denoy. So the painting went fine until I signed my name, but and I wonder if I should put a number on here. This is my first painting, so I think we're gonna put a number on it. We're gonna start numbering our paintings, so that way, if someone wants to collect them all, there's gonna be numbers on them. Denoy. And we're gonna I don't know if we should put a number on it, looking at how hard it was for me just to write my name. I don't want to ruin the painting with trying to put the name Denoy on it and actually messing it up. Okay, spread that out, make our sky a little bit bluer. I thought I added a little gray there. I think we're done before I messed it up. Although, I guess it's actually raining on the boat now. I can feel rain coming in. I can feel rain coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and stop and put everything up because it's kind of sprinkling. But this is my first painting ever in I don't know how many years. I think the last time I did it, I might have been like 8 or 9 years old. So this is my first painting in about 50 years. Welcome to Painting with Denoy. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was quite a bit longer than I anticipated. If you actually managed to watch the whole thing, wow. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Stay safe. Bye-bye now.